Well, again, welcome to Living in Light Church. Thank you all for coming. And if you're, I'm sure everybody's put their phones on silent now, like I finally did. One thing that Avery reminded me is that we've been doing seances for on a regular basis now because Lisa is trying to get trained up, trying to improve her skills for doing table tipping and that sort of thing, physical mediumship. And I put my phone in silent, like you saw me do here, and the phone rang during the middle of our service. And I thought, what the heck? It was like, I put it on silent. And so then because we were doing the table tipping, we're asked, like, did Spirit have something to do with that? Yes. Should I answer it? Yes. So we actually interrupted the seance, took a break so that I could answer the phone.
Who was on the phone?
Oh, it was actually my Aunt Joanne here. She was, and it wasn't really anything that important, but apparently they seemed to think so. So I answered her question. So then we took care of that.
Anytime it's family, it's always important.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. Yes. We do have coffee in the back. We have hot water that should be pretty close to being at the boiling point. And so we have the instant hot water, hot chocolate, tea, that kind of thing. And we also have bottled water in the back. So if you're interested, go ahead and help yourselves to that. There's cups there too. We have a healing book in the back. It's like you might see somebody there signing it right now. This is for the people that can't come to church but could use a healing, and so we recognize their names later during the service. We also have a collection of books in the back. I would like to thank Lynn for getting me connected with the UCM Church. We collected another 80 books just recently, and I got them all cataloged now. And it's like, so I have them on the list back there, it's included. So we're close to like 290 books, and Lynn's raising her hand.
In the next 2 weeks, those books from the Universal Churches and Masters, some of which could be 100 years old, they're in all manner of spiritualism, astrology, meditation, color, everything, and they're going to go. So if anybody wants books, I can arrange it for you to pick up books. Please see me after and get my phone number. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was over there and they got a lot of books, got a lot of shelves, a lot of books that they said they need to get rid of. So,
Never thought they should go, but it would be wonderful to go to people here. So please talk to me after.
Yes. I should add that the books in the back you can check out for up to 6 months, and we do ask for $1. It's like, that's pretty cheap for 6 months. It's like, the library won't let you do that. So take advantage, browse through that at your leisure. We also do billets on the second service that we have, which is the third Sunday, but this is the first one, so we're going to be doing spirit messages towards the end of the service. For special observations, tomorrow is Labor Day. So in case you didn't know that, yeah, tomorrow's Labor Day, so people don't have to work tomorrow. It's a 3-day weekend. So
No mail.
No mail, yeah. So you seem happy about that. No mail. Oh, whose birthday? Who said that? Oh, it's my birthday. Yeah, it's my birthday.
The paddle.
Yeah, oh yeah. It reminded me of a story when I was in the Navy, but I'll tell you that later. I had a sore rump after that.
Can everybody tell he's a Virgo?
Yeah. Yes, I'm a Virgo. Okay, we're going to be doing a hymnal, and that will mean that people will stand up and rise for that if you're able to. And we're going to be doing In the Garden, which is on page 155 of the manual books. 155. And there it is. $155. Hey. I come to the garden alone, while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear calling on my ear, the song He speaks and the sound of his voice is so sweet, the birds are singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing. And he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. I'd stay in the garden with him, the light around me be falling, but he bids me go through the place of woe. His voice to me is calling, and he walks with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. And for the invocation, Infinite Spirit, we come together to brighten our own spiritual lights in your presence. We thank thee for the opportunities to learn our life lessons for a better understanding of unconditional love. We abide by the laws of nature and recognize their value. We understand the quest for spirituality may not be easy, but it is worthwhile. And we thank you for providing a place for us to learn. We thank you for providing companions along the way. Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you. I turned that down a little bit. Yeah, now it's not ringing. Good. We will now continue with the reading of the principles which are found on the inside cover of the same hymnal book that you were just holding. And we'll recite this together, starting with number 1. We believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expressions and living in accordance with them constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm that the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through creation. So it's taken a lot of years, decades even, to figure out what those words were actually going to be, and they changed over time. The Spiritualist Church started around the 1900s, so it's been around for a while. We will now move on to the spiritual portion of our service, the healing service. We'll move on to the spiritual healing part of our service. That sounds better. We have the healing book in the back, which I mentioned, and as part of the healing service, we'll be singing the healing hymn and reciting the healing prayer. I will then ask our healers to station themselves to the chairs that we have here to the right to do hands-on healing and receive a personal healing. So it's available for anybody who would like to come up to get a hands-on healing. If you would like to have a healing but have trouble getting up, raise your hand and one of our healers will attend to you. Anybody want to raise their hand? No? Okay.
No, that's just-
Please be aware that healing is about working energy provided by spirits who have chosen the healing mediums to work through. And in order to become a certified healer, practicing healers need to have at least three affidavits, and we have those forms in the back. There's like 3 different affidavits there. One is for healing. If you feel that you've received a beneficial healing, we ask that you fill out one of those affidavits so that they can get commissioned. Please remain seated now when we do the healing hymn, which is on page 109. Over to here. There it is. Be with me, O blessed thought, O words with heavenly comfort fraught. Whate'er I do, whate'er I need, still 'tis God's love that healeth me. Lord, I would feel my life in life to thrill my soul with love divine, to bind me closer still to thee, since 'tis thy love that healeth me. And now for the healing prayer, which is also in the books. This is going to be either on the first page or the last page. You'll find out when you open the book. It'll tell you whether it's there or on the back. And we'll be reciting this together. And here we go. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God. I would now ask our healers to station themselves, and Tim is going to be giving us our first song. It's better than having a recording play. It's nice to have a real live instrument.
It's a matter of opinion, but.
Enough of the chatter that comes from the world every day. It's time now to listen to what the silence has to say. Whatever the challenge I may be moving through, I let my new vision be where life is moving me to. So I'll begin right where I am and celebrate the chance to grow, to let spirit be alive in me everywhere I might go. Dropping all burdens, anxieties, doubts, and fears. Knowing the truth, I let them all disappear. Solid facts become fluid, obstacles fall away. The dark night of the soul has no place in the light of this day.
invite you to take a deep breath and to relax into the healing energies of the loving Father, Mother, Creator, of all the angels, your guides, your teachers. Take a moment and let yourself ground with the earth, moving from summer to fall. Allow yourself to breathe in and slowly out. Letting go of any dis-ease, feeling not at ease. Letting go of worries. Letting go of anything that is not good for you at this time. And we let it go through our feet, down into the earth, to be transmuted to lovely mulch, to grow new flowers in harmony with the Creator. If you're in need of healing, or you know someone who is, open yourself to receive healing or to channel healing to those who may need it at a distance. As we listen to the music, as we know that we're surrounded by angels on the other side of life, we come close, very close to the heart of compassion that is for our Creator, our sense of higher power, seen in our own way. And we respond to the creative forces of compassion, truth, justice, harmony, and hope. We're grateful today to gather here and strengthen that light within us as we share in community, as we are living in light. Perhaps there's a favorite color coming your way. You may imagine it now, feel it, or see it coming to you from Spirit. Is it a healing emerald green? Is it a positive thinking lemon yellow? Is it a creative orange? A soothing blue? A pink? What is the right shade for you? Imagine or draw that lovely shade into your aura, surrounding your physical body as your etheric body. And that etheric body is surrounded and connects you to all that is. Draw that wonderful color wherever you need it in your body. Take a moment to do that right now. Draw it now from your physical body to your emotional body. Is there a worry, a concern, a hurt from the past? Let that color flow and bring healing to you. Move the color now to your mental body. If you've had worries, downward thought, replace it with the thought that now the right answers, the right plan, the right outcome is now unfolding.
in a perfect way. And we allow it to unfold. We don't have to force it. We just know we've said the word and we allow it to unfold. And now we know if there's a loved one or someone you hope healing for, imagine that person in the center of our circle of light. And allow the creative forces of the universe, higher power, and the angels to surround that person in the light of healing. Know that it is happening. Know that that person is truth, is beauty, is divinity and expression, and all obstacles melt away. They are a source, a receptor for divine healing. We allow it to come through us and to touch any of those in the healing book and any need of healing. We give thanks to the angels, to the Creator, and to this community. Blessed be.
Thank you, Lynn. I'm going to get the healing book right now. I'll be right back. So we have this healing list, and since we have our healing spirits with us, we might as well put them to work on the people that aren't here. So I'm going to recite this list of names, and we ask that you send healing energy of your own thoughts to these following people. So we ask that these healing energies reach out to these people and they can work with their spirit guides in order to create a more positive outcome. And so that concludes the healing portion of our service. Our healers are welcome to sit down again. And again, to remind you, if you think you've received a beneficial healing, we have affidavits in the back. You need affidavits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Avery needs affidavits. So. Okay. We have one more song, and I think it's going to be both Tim and Lynn. They're going to be singing it.
And actually, anyone else who's willing, you each should have one of
Yes,
those.
yes.
Or every other chair should have one of those.
Yes. So you can sing along.
Expecting this much of a turnout.
Yeah.
If you all don't mind sharing.
You guys need some words to share?
We'll show you how it goes first. God is loving the world by means of me. Always stay on your side, that I will be.
of thee. Peace abounds in my world by means of thee. On this day I decide that I will be a great channel of peace for all to see. Peace abides in my world by means of me. Let's all be joy. Joy expresses itself by means of thee. On this day I decide that I will be a great channel of joy for all to see. Joy expresses itself by means of me. Back to God one more time. God is loving the world by means of thee. On this day I decide that I will be a great channel of love for all to see. God is loving the world by means of me. God is loving the world by means of me.
On this day, I'll decide that I will be able to sing. I don't have a good voice.
It's good to have live music. Oh, I think I should probably tell you all that we have never had more than 16 people here. Today we broke a record. We're at 18. So we keep going up. Keep going up. So thank you all for coming. Yeah, I was over there after the healing and I started counting. I was like, wait a minute, is that right? So thank
Welcome
you.
to those from UCM, CCM. Welcome.
Yes, thank you for coming today. Today's speaker is going to be Avery Babon. He's a minister in training. I probably should point out that I am Reverend Robert Ingold, so I'm chairing the service today, but he's going to be giving the talk today. And I think because we already had our song, we'll just go on.
Go
with that.
straight through it?
Yeah, go straight to
Okay.
the talk, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much. I'm always excited to come up here and give a speech. Well, good morning, family. Most of you guys already know me, but for those of you guys who don't, my name is Avery Babon. I'm a minister in training here at the Living in Light Church. I'm also a certified medium, and I'm a student healer. Okay, so today my speech is going to be about acceptance. Last week, I had a bit of a struggle with this, and so I figured that this would actually be the most important talk to give each and every one of you, because I'm sure that all of us live with this trouble in our lives, at least once or multiple times in our lives. And so this is, I think this is important, and I think that Spirit guided me to give this message today. Acceptance is a transformative power that touches every part of our lives. It is more than just tolerating circumstances. It is embracing them with grace. In this speech, we will explore how acceptance plays a crucial role in spiritualism, and I'll share an example to illustrate its profound effects. The first is understanding acceptance. Acceptance is the foundation of peace. It allows us to face reality, however harsh that reality might be, without resistance. Now, there's always resistance, right? At least for me, there is. Life throws challenges, uncertainties, and suffering our way. But acceptance means saying yes to the moment as it is. Instead of constantly fighting against it. When you're in a swimming pool, a coach actually taught me this back in high school. When you're in a swimming pool, you go with the tidal wave, not against it. Because if you go against the wave, you're going to be fighting it. And that's one of the most powerful things that I've learned. This doesn't mean giving up or being passive. Rather, it means coming to terms with life's inevitable ups and downs. Spirituality, or spiritually acceptance, is often seen as surrendering to a higher power, or the flow of the universe. In most spiritual traditions, there is a belief in something greater than the self, a force that guides life. Whether you call it God, universe, infinite intelligence, or simply faith, spiritual acceptance means trusting that whatever happens, it is meant to happen, even if we cannot understand it. It is about releasing the need for control and embracing the present moment, regardless of how imperfect or painful it may seem. The next step is acceptance and spiritual growth. Spiritualism is rooted in the idea that our souls are here to grow. I'm sure all of us have been told that we're all here to grow. And one of the greatest lessons for spiritual growth is learning to accept things as they are. This is easier said than done, right? You know, you have a bill of $1,000 and you only have like $300. What are you gonna do? You gotta accept it. I mean, it's tough, right? That's a tough battle. That's a tough pill to swallow. But spiritual texts for the Bible to the teachings of the Buddha constantly tell us that acceptance is the key to inner peace. Jesus teaches us to turn the other cheek, suggesting us not just tolerance, but the willingness to accept and to forgive. Now that is a hard one. That's very hard, especially when somebody does something that really hurts you. In Buddhist practice, suffering is an inevitable part of life. But through acceptance, we reduce its power over us. Why is acceptance so central to spiritual growth? Because it requires humanity. When we accept, we admit that we don't have all the answers. And that is okay, right? It's perfectly okay not to have all the answers. We surrender to something beyond our own will. This surrender can be deeply debilitating or liberating. It removes the constant struggle to control life's outcome, allowing us to trust in a greater wisdom. Imagine River, the person who fights that current. Oh, I was actually just talking about that, but let's listen to this anyways. A person who fights that current is so exhausted, constantly struggling, while the one who accepts the flow of the water and moves with it finds a sense of peace. Similarly, acceptance in spiritualism helps us to flow with life rather than to resist it. Okay, give me 1 second. Now let me share a powerful example of acceptance from the life of Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist. Frankl spent years in concentration camps where he lost everything: his family, his freedom, and his dignity. In the face of unimaginable suffering, Frankel had every reason to succumb to despair. Yet he chose a completely different path. Rather than being consumed by anger and resentment, Frankel accepted his situation. He realized that while he couldn't change his external circumstances, he could change his internal response. This profound acceptance didn't mean he approved of the horrors around him, but it meant that he could stop resisting what he couldn't control. Instead, he focused on what he could control: his mindset, his attitude, and his ability to find meaning even during suffering. Frankel's story illustrates the depth of spiritual growth or acceptance. It isn't easy, but it will allow him to survive and even thrive despite his circumstances. He famously said, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." The acceptance led to a greater understanding of human resilience and power of the Spirit. Now, I'd like to share a personal story of an example about acceptance. For those of you guys who always come here and listen to my speeches, I always like to give one example of acceptance of myself. There are a few things about me a lot of people don't know. Things that I have a hard time coming to accept, to terms with. I am an adult with learning disabilities and developmental disabilities. A lot of people wouldn't even know that just by looking at me, just by talking to me, and by the things I'm able to do. My disabilities are mild, of course. Sorry if I'm screaming a little bit. And they obviously do not stop me from doing anything. I can still drive a car. I can still get up here and give a speech. I became a minister in training. I'm a certified medium. I've worked in public safety, so I was a public safety officer for many years. Now that was challenging. That challenged my anxiety and everything like that. So, will I ever get back into that? No, probably not. The school that I go to is called Creative Growth. And what I have learned there is that my disabilities have not stopped me from doing artwork. I would question myself, can I actually do this? Can I actually draw? Can I paint? Can I make ceramics? One thing I really love to do is film work, and that I could do really good. But one thing I didn't know that I could do is painting and drawing. But my disabilities wouldn't stop me at all from being able to do this kind of stuff. Now, what else would stop me was the fact that I was denying the fact that I had a disability, only because I always am afraid to show people that I have these disabilities, because I'm afraid that people would judge me and think of me differently. So, pretty silly thinking, right? Well, that right there, family, is an inside look at my anxiety, fearing that you, my family, or everybody out there would judge me for the way I look or the fact that I have a disability. When my car broke down, I came to the harsh reality that I wasn't going to be able to afford putting out bundles of money on almost a monthly basis to repair it. I had to make the adult yet difficult decision to get rid of the car. The thought of not having a car and having to rely on others for rides was a huge, huge pill to swallow. It felt like a strike to my ego. And that's where ego comes in. Ego is something we all need to leave behind. I'm sure that everybody lives with that. The letters ego are edging God out. Or as we sometimes say, infinite intelligence, especially here at Spiritualist Church. When we let ego take control, we push away wisdom and grace that comes with accepting life as it is. This experience has taught me to release my need for control and acknowledge that it is okay to lean on others. It helped me to embrace a new challenge of acceptance in my life. I promise I'm not going to cry. Excuse me. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's see. So how could we practice acceptance? So we can practice this in our own lives. The first step, of course, is mindfulness. I'm always reminded of this by many people. by being aware of what we are resisting. Often our pains is prolonged because we refuse to accept the reality of the situation. We fight against loss, we fight against illness, we fight against disappointment or uncertainty. But the more that we resist, the more power the situation has over us. Acceptance does not mean passivity. It means acknowledging the situation as it is, without judgment or complaint. Again, something extremely hard. And then choosing how to respond from a place of calmness and clarity. It is in this space of acceptance that we find our true strength. In practical terms, this can mean accepting grief after the loss of a loved one without trying to rush through it or avoid it. It can mean accepting uncertainty during a career change rather than letting fear paralyze us. It might mean accepting difficult emotions like anger or sadness as natural parts of the human experience rather than trying to suppress them. Spiritual teachers remind us that acceptance is practice, not a one-time decision. It's something we must return to again and again, especially when life gets difficult. In conclusion, acceptance is not about giving up. It's about finding peace and power in the face of life's inevitable changes. In spiritualism, acceptance allows us to connect with a greater sense of purpose and flow, trusting that even in the darkest moments, there is a meaning to be found. I just lost my place. Should I give up there? No, let's not give up there. There was a meaning to be found. Viktor Frankl's story shows us that acceptance can lead to a profound spiritual growth, even in the most extreme of circumstances. I invite each and every one of you to reflect on where in your life you might be resisting, and how accepting those situations can bring more peace, more growth, and ultimately more strength into your life. When we practice acceptance, family, we allow ourselves to be present, to heal, and to grow into our highest potential. I love you all. Thank you so very much for coming to listen to my speech today. I look forward to the next time. God bless.
Thank you, Avery.
You're very welcome.
I have a couple cents to add to that about acceptance. I used to belong to the Silver Brown Church for a while, and there's a story that comes out of that where there was a woman who was in a wheelchair. She had some kind of disease, I don't remember what it was, but she's in this wheelchair, and she was talking to a friend of hers and said, you know, this church has really helped save me, and it's like, it's really taught me things. And it's like, now I'm cured. And the guy's looking at her, like, you're in a wheelchair, how could you be cured? She goes, no, I learned to accept it. I learned to accept that it's as part of me, I've accepted it, and so I can just go on with that. And so that was her message of acceptance. And then I remember a little later on, she actually got better and she didn't need the wheelchair anymore because of her mindset. That disease had taught her a lesson. Her goal was to get beyond that. She did. She succeeded, and she no longer needed that disease or the severity of that disease. So acceptance, that's a pretty strong word. Yeah. So thank you.
Oh,
yes.
I have a funny story real quick.
Would you like to?
Yes, I would.
We have a short story. This was unscheduled.
Yes, it kind of was. It was kind of unscheduled. It was something I forgot to tell you, but I wanted to tell anyways. Well, I don't know if it's really funny or not, but I had some paranormal activity happen in my house yesterday. I was talking to my friend Charles. You know Charles.
Yes, I know Charles.
He was over there. You do? Yeah. He was over at my house. We were just chit-chatting and talking and everything like that. And I have a soda just like this that was on my table. And as we were talking, my cap was like on the edge of the table, and then the cap moved itself from one edge of the table all the way to the other end. I'm like, and it stopped our conversation. And we were like suddenly like, what the heck happened there? It was just like, there's no way that could have happened. Like, and I tried to debunk it, and there was no way to debunk it. So I thought that was a funny story, So, I mean, or just a cool story to tell. So
Somebody's there.
yeah, somebody. I think the spirit was just definitely trying to say, "Hey, we're here." So I just thought I'd share that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's like, I think part of that has to do with some of the seances that we've been having.
Have you been having any paranormal activity?
No, I haven't. Sorry. I don't have that kind of stories. Well, now it's time for the love offering. And so if you'd be so kind, we would like to take a collection. This money is working towards renting this room and the insurance that we have to have. And it's been working out so far.
You want me to pass it over to the basket?
Oh.
Thank you for that.
Infinite intelligence, thank you for allowing us to gather and share your spiritual knowledge today. With this collection, we will be able to continue with our spiritual growth. We will continue to share your gifts bestowed upon us with others. Let this offering be a sign of our dedication to you, to your church. Let it help to carry on the message of spiritualism. And let your light continue to reach out to us. Amen.
Amen.
And now it's time for the announcements. We are going to be holding the next church service on the 15th. It's going to be September 15th. And since we only hold 2 services, that means after that, there's probably going to be at least 3 weeks before we get back to church again. So take advantage of the break. We do have some stickers in the back. If you're interested, for $1, you can have a sticker. I've got one in my car. It's already starting to peel off the edge. It's like, no, I'll push it back in, it comes back out again. I'm gonna have to get another one. And we've got them. We've got plenty.
So Bob, when is the next service?
On the 15th, September 15th, 1-5. Okay. I did have some notes that I was going to bring with me to talk about. I couldn't find it anywhere. I don't know where the notes are, so I'll try to do it from memory, which is pretty well shot. Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
It's hiding it from.
Again, I want to remind everybody that we do have around 80 new books, and I've already cataloged them, so they're on their list back there. But I have the books here as well, all the new books. So it's just the new books on here. So if anybody would like to take a look at the list, we just have a random collection. So these are not what's back there. But if you're interested, let me know, and we can make sure that we bring the books next time. So I'm going to leave that up here for people to browse through. Let's see. The last time we had the service, I mentioned that there was that data breach in which people's information went out there. It was a lot of stuff, and I checked, and my social security number is now out there. It's like, oh boy, happy joy me. So I blocked all 3 of the credit bureaus, so I got that done. And then I found out that you can also lock your social security number. I didn't know that was a thing, so I have to look into that more. But supposedly you can do that, and if my social security number's out there, it probably behooves me to do that. So I'm going to look into that more about how to do that. Because this has happened, people are looking online to see, well, was my data breached? And there's a lot of scammers out there that are willing to show you. It's like, oh yeah, please just research in here, put in your social security number, we'll see if it matches. Well, the one that I checked, they didn't ask for social security number, but these people are. It's like, if you weren't breached, you are now. So be careful of that, don't do that. And I also wanted to mention that we've been having our seances. These are closed seances that we hold every Wednesday now. It's like Avery, well, not Charles yet, but myself and Lisa. Lisa is here, but she's working right now. She's in her car working, so she can't be here in the room. But she's very instrumental in that. They're releasing her energy to be able to tip the table, and we could ask yes or no questions. If it's a no, the table will tip once. If it's a yes, it'll tip twice. So we're able to ask questions that way. And then Lisa had asked something, and I don't remember what it was, but then the answer was yes. And they said, really? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. And then I said, well, cross your heart and hope to die, but you're already there. And the table started going backwards. So I found out that's a form of laughing, because it's done that before, it's just laughing. So I thought it was kind of cute. There's a couple other things. Yes.
Where are these seances?
Well, we're actually having it at my place, my home, but it's closed because early on we were asking Spirit about who could attend, and it's just a very select group. And it's like,
So when will they be available for others?
I was just going to get to that. We do have public ones that we're going to be holding, and the next one is going to be on Saturday the 21st. And that's at my home. I've already put out the email to the people that were interested. If you are interested, be sure to let us know before you leave so that we can get you on the list.
And this is a paid deal?
Yeah, it costs $30. It's going to last probably about 2 hours. Spirit has instructed how dark the room should be, so I have to unplug a lot of lights. I have high windows, kind of like these, and I was told they need to be blacked out. And yes, Steve?
Do you have another date after the 21st?
No, we don't. We're just doing it piecemeal. It's like we already had one that was at Sandy's in San Francisco, and we're having this on the 21st. I think Sandy would like to keep it down to like one a month. So after the 21st, yes, after the 21st, then we'll see about getting new ones. Spirit has told Lisa that her skills are going to increase because right now it's just table tipping. But she also has a trumpet. The trumpet is used for voices. Spirit can vibrate their voices, and through the trumpet it vibrates enough that we can hear it. She brings it every time. Nothing has happened, but they promise eventually that's going to start happening. And so when we get something new, we'll probably make that announcement to see if people are interested in witnessing that kind of thing. So that's pretty good. When we had the one that was in San Francisco, we use a long table, and so we're sitting on either side of it, so the table rocks like this. Sandy was sitting here at the end, and the table started rocking like this, where I thought, I hadn't seen that before. And then she started complaining because doing that rocking, it started getting away from her, getting farther away. So she says, hey, the table's getting away from me. So it started actually rocking back because I was going to help push it back. The table was doing it itself, pushing back towards her. It's like, wow, that's pretty good. So right now it's just the table tipping. They can answer number questions, like you count how many times the table's tipping, and we go through the alphabet. It's kind of tedious, but we've done that. And I noticed that spirits are only given their initials. So they're not named, just initials. One of Lisa's spirit guides did not want to reveal her identity. She was a famous psychic or spiritualist, a medium in England, and she doesn't want she doesn't want any of us to know who she is. It's like, well, that's fine. They should keep their privacy. So things are happening. So be sure to let me know after the service if you're interested in attending one of these seances. And there's Avery. Hi, Avery. We are now moving on to the last portion of our service, which is giving spirit messages. And somebody's waving their hand. You want to participate, right? Yes. Okay. Lynn, Avery, and myself will be participating. We'll pick people at random. Because there's so many people here, we probably won't get to everybody.
We'll keep them brief today.
Yes, we'll keep them brief. And since I'm standing here, I might as well go first. Who's wearing purple? Somebody's wearing purple. There's one. Just one purple.
I see two people that's wearing purple.
Yeah.
Three.
Okay. I want to go to. Can I come to you? Because I'm for some reason I'm focusing on purple, and you're the most purple person in the room. And your shirt's almost a tie-dye shirt. As I close my eyes, it's moving, it's radiating. It's like there's waves of it going through your shirt. So it's actually an animated shirt. And it's getting bigger, and it's encompassing more of the shirt, more. It's encompassing your body, your pants, your whole body, the skin. It's all getting this purple motion stuff around your head, your hair. It's like your whole body's covered with it. You've now turned into a silhouette of all this purple motion. Spirit is working with you. They're trying to help heal you. So this purple is like the highest rate of vibration. So they're definitely working with healing you, but there's more going on just that. I do know that you're working with trance, so they're working with that too. They want you to keep doing it. We're going to have to talk about setting up more appointments for you to exercise this. I do know that Spirit has said that you will be attending the next seance. I know you got the email. Do you know if you're going to be attending the seance on the 21st? Yes, okay. Because Spirit said you would be there. Okay. And then cleaning. It's like you're brushing dust off your shoulders. Cleaning. Just tidying up a bit. Anything else? Just clean house. You're sweeping with a broom, sweeping with a broom. So I see you just cleaning house. Just I don't know what that's about. Just cleaning house. Cleaning house. Just make sure you clean house. That's all. That's all that I'm getting. So if you've been holding off, it's like, I'll do it later. No, do it now. Do it now. Vacuuming, that kind of thing. So that's the message that I've got for you. Okay? Okay. I'm going to go right in the middle. I'm going to go to you with the black shirt. What was your name? So I'm going right down the middle. There's like an opening for you because there's people that are not sitting in front of you, so I got a clear shot. I see a cape. I see you sporting a cape that kind of drapes around you. It's like it goes behind you and then it drapes around you. It's a black cape, like your black shirt. It kind of makes you mysterious in a way. It's like there's more to you than you're revealing. You want to keep it mysterious. I don't know whether that's part of your personality, but that's what I'm getting now. You like that mystique. There's something about the mystique that you like. There's something in front of you. What am I seeing? It's like you want to take the cape off and put it down so that you're actually on the cape, almost as if you're going to do a picnic and then you're on the cape, but there's like plants growing in front of you, little flowers growing in front of you. And now I see you watering the plants, nurturing them. So there's something about you that you want to grow and you need to continue nurturing that. I'm being kept vague about what that is. But make sure you keep up with that. Keep up with what you're doing, the nurturing of yourself, the things that you want to grow in your life. Pay attention to that. Keep nurturing it. And I see a gold coin. There's a gold coin that just suddenly appears in your fingers. It's like in your hands and your fingers. Now you're holding it like this, a gold coin. And it's being dropped in a black hat, almost as if you're going to do some magic, some kind of magic act. Again, part of that mystere. Like you're going to be a magician, you're going to do a magic trick. And I even see it with your hand around it, and you can turn the hat over and no coin falls out. It's like a magic trick. That's all that I'm getting. That's all that I'm getting. So, okay, I hope that means something to you. Oh, good. Because the message is for you, not for me. So. Okay, I'd like to do one more. So we got a little blue shirts. Oh, we've got purple over here. Can I come to you, please? Okay. Hey, what is your name? The purple around your shirt has become a shawl. And it's grown bigger and bigger. It's like this great big shawl, so big it's just your head. It's like this big shawl spreading out to the ground, very big, almost like a tent. And it's got, I guess, like little tassels on it, little round tassels all the way around it. And you can turn and it sways with you. You can sway back and forth. And there's little stars on it. Little moons, like little gold stars, little gold moons. It's like a pattern on this purple. It's like a depiction of the sky, the night sky, but it's on this this big scarf that you have. What else? Why do I want to do this? I want to do this swishing motion and go up. There's a swishing motion where you're going this way and you're going that way, back and forth. And you're taking great joy in this swaying and back and forth. It's like you're amused by this. And you can turn around. Okay, what does this mean? You're taking some joy in your life. You're taking some joy in your life. If you're not, you need to do that now. Just experiencing life, just the simple things in life, like the smelling of a flower. It's like you might have come across some hardships in your life. I don't know that much about you. Again, we've had this lecture on acceptance. And so focus on the good things. Focus on the good things in your life. More cheerful things. Being more cheerful. And that will help alleviate any uncertainties that you have about yourself. Be happy. Be happy. That's the message that I'm getting. Be happy. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lynn, would you like to come up?
Sure.
I sure liked your words, Avery, about Viktor Frankl.
Oh, thank you.
Because he did, although he lived in terrible conditions through the Holocaust, unimaginable, he turned within and he found an attitude that enabled him to cope, and he was one of the few who did not die. And he went on to found a school called Logotherapy, about how our thoughts, a school of psychology, influence everything that happens. Well, I was trained by Reverend Tom Gary in the Universal Church of the Master, and I know how sometimes to do brief readings. So if you want a reading, I'm gonna move with that. Okay. May I come to you? Can you uncross your hands and just,
Uncross.
if you'd like a reading, just say your first name.
What's your...
Okay, if you can just uncross for a second. Okay. So there seems to be spirit presence around you, and if I would say more feminine. Your guides or the people coming in are more women, feminine, who've been around you in life, and somebody who's known you in a very distant life. Overall, your thoughts and your intentions are positive, and that's helped you. And you've managed to stay poised even when things are difficult, and you're able to focus positively. So I see a lot of white light coming through that. Seeing a younger man or boy at something like a train or truck, like a model train or truck. I have no idea what that means, but they are giving you flowers from spirit. They're acknowledging you, and when at times that you feel alone, you are not alone because you're surrounded. But there's good coming to you, and I would say in the later fall months, as we move to winter, there's some kind of good. You're being celebrated. Thank you. Okay. May I come to you? You? Yes. Okay. If you say your first name, please. Some kind of present treasure, things you hold near and dear to you. You're sentimental. You hold things that symbolize the past and those whom you've loved at times. It could be objects. And you have great, strong intentions. Your intentions are very powerful. You're almost like a psychic projector. They're saying one who you can intend good for someone, and it's very hard for them to resist. So, And you do that a lot for people around you. I feel inner thoughts about somebody you've known. This could be a male person, friend. I don't know if they're in spirit or not, but there are things that go on in your own private psyche that have to do with you, even though you're very occupied helping others. And I do feel like there's a soul closeness between you and that entity, and that's a forever thing, wherever they are. So, I just wanted to say. May I come to you, sir? Yes. I see several currents coming through you as if you're a conduit of positive energy, and when you're in your right flow and you're in tune with your spirit and you act in service and compassion, almost everything you need comes to you. And I see you also being a conduit for 3 others, and right now 3 others. Let's see what they're saying. Very small times of prayer, holding a book of some kind, and having something near you that's a symbol, maybe even a crystal, but also holding this book, or there's a symbol, or there's something, a symbol on a chain. All that's good. You have very strong lives in past lives as either a priest or a monk, and also as a theosophist in the 1890s or so. So a very wise old soul. Glad to have you in our midst, they say.
Thank you. Many of those things are absolutely true.
They are, thank you.
They are, I've been told those things before.
Well, I'm being certified, so they have forms for me. So thank you for the feedback. I have given messages in another church, but I'm working for certification here, so that would be good. Okay, I guess if someone feels they strongly need a reading, may I come to you?
Sure.
If you could just uncross your hands and say your name a couple times. Well, there's a man in spirit helpful to you who is much more active than when you last saw him. And he has come into his whole consciousness, not just part of it. And he also had a very strong lifetime as your brother in another life in Greece. So you are, he's got like chains of a big, like a necklace or something that interconnects to you. If he feels that there's anything you need to do differently, he pulls and you move. So very strong connection with someone who has crossed over. I'm assuming it's your husband, I don't know. But he's very active now, and you had lives in the Grecian period together, your brother and sister very close, and you used to listen to the wisdom of the philosophers. This is actually a shining time for you. The next 2 to 3 months should be very good. It's like water those flowers, get everything growing that you intend to do, because there'll be it'll be much needed in the coming year. It should be a very good time for you to allow everything to flourish. Your class is a prototype for something that you'll do more, and you're going through learning about it and how to do it at this time. But could be my bias. The writings that have to do a little bit with your life, your inner self, and how you grew, like Viktor Frankl, others could learn from you. Spiritual writings. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Should I mail it to someone or just keep going?
You want to do one more?
Sure. Okay. Let's see, may I come to you, sir? Yes. Just say your first name. You have been in a very long-term cycle of healing, but that healing is still continuing, and you kind of know it. It's a slow heal, but it's happening, and you're still taking new steps in your physical healing. And instead of thinking of yourself as decreasing, you're increasing. You also have some healing ability yourself, and it may come out when you're with an animal or a pet or a child, but you have healing, the ability to lay on hands also. And I don't know if you've considered doing it, but they're saying you have the ability. Some of us do, some of us don't. You do. So much good. And I see the color green, like an emerald green. That's a good thing for you to wear sometimes and have around you. It promotes healing. It promotes being a healer. Thank you. But I can come out if you need more. Okay.
Do I have time?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much time do I have?
Let's say 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how many I can get through at that point in time. Okay. Good morning, family. How's everybody doing today? Always an honor, a blessing, and a pleasure to serve Spirit. Spirit is seriously drawing me towards you, my brother. Yes, sir. How are you? Good. All right. This is what I keep seeing. Every time I get something from Spirit, I always get it. You always know that's what I get from. That's how I get my readings. What I keep seeing from this Spirit is a badge. Okay. Now I don't know if you've been interested in law enforcement or firefighting or anything like that, but they're showing me a badge. So I don't know if you have had a thought about career in law enforcement or firefighting or anything like this, or in the military or service or serving somebody. Okay. Or if this person in their life before they had passed, they were in the military. I mean, if they were in firefighting or if they were in law enforcement or something like that, I keep seeing a badge of some sort, okay? So that's the first thing that I'm seeing. And the other thing that I'm seeing is that they are pushing you along in there, okay? Into one of those kind of careers, all right? Because they're showing me that you are in the service of helping others. Does that make sense? Because you like to help others. You kind of stand up for other people. When it seems like something isn't right, you kind of stand up for them, especially your friends. Okay, and and I know that that's something that you don't feel like it's not something in your range right now. They're like you're a very helpful person. It doesn't have to do with law enforcement or anything. You could be helping in anything like that. Okay, and let's just keep seeing that. All right, not that I'm telling you to get in that profession or anything, but that's just what I keep saying from Spirit. So I just wanted to give you that love and blessings. God bless you. All right, I'm being pulled right to you. Hello there. Don't you? Yeah. There is your Native American Indian guide. He's got a lot of, I want to say it's sage, and it's a lot of, yeah, it's definitely sage. And what he's doing is he's blowing a lot of smoke directly behind you, and he's got this feather, and he's like, so I want to say there's a lot of protection, there's a lot of healing being sent to you. And then I kept seeing while I was in my healing, or it's not healing, but when I was meditating and getting prepared, he's showing me a lot of like stacks of wood, and I'm seeing you hammering. So what that tells me is that you're building, okay? Whether that's metaphysical or actually physical, meaning that you're building something, or that there's a project that you're going to be that you're working on right now. And as tiring as that seems, and I feel like I see that you're like slouched over a little bit, and you're like, oh, I feel so tired. Take your time, slow it down, and just know you'll be able to get it done. One stack on top of the other, on top of the other. Just take it one step at a time, is what I'm being told. Okay? All is going to be well. God bless you. Love and blessings. Okay. Yvonne. Hi there. How are you? Good. Good to see you. Your mother is here with you today. Also, I forgot, did you have a sister in Spirit or a cousin? There's a female rate of vibration who's also behind you. Okay. As they both step into your rate of vibration, they're with you. They're sending you a whole lot of energy right now. They just want to. I'm seeing a lot of snow. To me, it's like it feels very cool. It feels very peaceful. And then I also want to say that they're telling you to kind of just ride this out. Okay. Would you understand?
I do.
Okay, because they're saying just ride this out. So it's almost like what I'm seeing is that you're like on this wooden horse, okay, and you're just sitting on that wooden horse and you're just like watching almost like a movie, okay, watching everything ride out and everything's gonna be okay, okay? And just trust. You can call on your mom, you can go, oh, it's that best friend of yours.
Oh.
Yes, the one that was a psychic?
Yes.
Yeah, she had that brown hair, brownish hair. We'll start with the letter J, I think, or something. It doesn't matter. Anyways, that's her right there. Yeah, and she's going, yeah, that's me. And everything's gonna be okay. Everybody's got your back. Everything's gonna be okay. They're love and blessings to you. You're very welcome. God bless you. Let me see. I have one more. Spirit's pulling me to another person. Hi. Yes. How are you? That's great. Good to see you. As I step into your rate of vibration, there is this wonderful, beautiful, beautiful tree that grows behind you, and it has all these. It has these beautiful leaves and everything like that. And you should be sitting behind. You should be sitting on against this tree, relaxing. Okay. They are saying that they are here for you. Not the tree itself, but there's your spirit guides are here for you. They're here for you. They want you to get more nature. Okay? They are definitely saying they want you to get more nature. And that's what the message was. It was that big giant tree that you just need to relax in front of a big giant tree. You're really good with nature. You connect so well with nature. Does that make sense? Okay. And it's almost like there's a particular tree, and I don't know specifically what tree it is. It's almost I almost want to say it's an orchard tree, because I hear the word orchard. Okay, because they're saying the word orchard to me, and they say visit that orchard or that orchard tree, something about an orchard. Okay, and that you get the most energy out of that. Okay, you should sit there, and I see you reading a book. Okay. And these kinds of things help to bring your energy up, okay? And bring you back to peace, all right? I'm gonna give you that. Okay, I see you, I see your guide. She's directly behind you. Blonde hair, she's got blonde hair. She's about like 5'4", and you know this guide, don't you? Okay. She's not giving me her name. She says it's not important to know her name, but she's definitely behind you. She says you gotta stop worrying so much. Okay? Everything's gonna be okay. All right? Love and blessings. One more thing to my friend back there. They're telling me that you have to ground a little bit. Okay? Does that make sense? They want you to ground more. Okay? Do some meditation and do some grounding. Okay? Love and blessings to each and every one of you. You see what I got for you real quick, my friend? We have time?
Yeah, that's
Okay? All right. As I close my eyes and I get into my rate of, vibration, there's a female's rate of vibration that sits directly in the center of you. To me, that means that this is either a sister rate of vibration or a guide, okay? She has blondish hair. When she had actually, before she had actually passed, she is coming as close. She feels like this. She's very sisterly, okay? She keeps talking about love, love, love. She wants to extend her love. Why do I feel confusion now? I'm feeling a lot of confusion, and she points it back to you. She's saying that you've been feeling a lot of confusion and stress and anxiety a lot. Does that make sense to you? Are you understanding that? Okay. And that she says, thank you so much for validating that. And she says what you need to do is kind of back up, but you refuse to. You're very stubborn, is what she's saying. And what she's doing is she's taking your shoulders, she's taking you by the shoulders, and she's physically pulling you back so that you can actually literally like pull back. You want answers and you want them fast. You know what I'm saying? And I get that. We're all like that. But what she is saying is the answers are there. She has the key. And you just have to just trust. Okay? She knows things have been frustrating for you. She knows things have been tough. But it's going to be okay. You're with the right family. This is not coming from me. This is actually coming from her. And And I'm getting chills right now sometimes I go, I just know I'm feeling nothing but a great deal of love, okay? You're not alone, okay? Well, that makes sense because I feel like sometimes you feel alone, and I want to say that there's been a great deal of heaviness. I hope I'm not prying into your business or making it, but she shows that there's been like heaviness. She says that you've been feeling empty. You don't have to feel that way anymore, okay? You're a family. God bless you. We all love you. I love you. God bless.
Thank you.
You're so very welcome. And that is all that I have at this time. All right. And thank you so very much.
Thank you, Avery.
You're welcome. Yes, thank you, Avery.
Absolutely.
I'm going to close it pretty quickly with the benediction. And the benediction is, may the understanding of our minds, the meditation of our hearts, and the obedience of our will to the still small voice within lead us to spiritualisms, science, philosophy, and religion. Bless us now as we go our separate ways and until we meet again. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all for attending. You still have drinks available.